Welcome back to the Small Business Spotlight, powered by Northlight Film Co. My name is Derek, and I'm your host, and we're here with Maria. Maria, thank you so much for being on.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me a little bit about what you do.
Okay, I have the pleasure of offering financial support to cancer patients throughout Michigan. So we offer direct financial assistance to Michigan residents, and we have 7 different programs that we're able to help with. And so we help with gas cards to get them back and forth to treatment. We help with medical and prescription copays connected to their cancer, medical equipment and supplies like protein shakes, incontinence supplies, things like that. We also help with their lodging if they're staying out of town overnight for treatment. We can help with a hotel stay. We help with maintaining medical insurance premiums. So if they are employed and then they have to take some time off to, do their treatment, we help with maintaining that medical insurance premium that they have to pay out of pocket. And then lastly, if they have a benefit like a spaghetti dinner or some type of fundraiser additional, we can help with advertising, and we donate items to be auctioned off for additional funding.
Oh, wow. So you guys do so much in that space then.
We do.
I imagine that's a very expensive endeavor to do. So where does the majority of your funding come from? So
our main funding source is an amazing group of people who are out of Essexville. They sell our cookbooks and candles. It originated, we had a cancer warrior that as a teenager, she had gotten cancer, and then she wanted to give back to Mission of Hope. So she started collecting recipes from her teachers, her families, and family members, and they put together a cookbook. And from that, it's one cookbook at another and another, and they just keep developing more cookbooks. And then we have these amazing candles that it's Ron Dottie and Associates out of Essexville. They handle everything for us, and they give us a percentage back. So that's our main funding source, and they're phenomenal to work with. But we also here in locally, we have several businesses like Eaton Corporation. We had Chick-fil-A. We had J&J Used Auto. Several businesses in the Jackson County has been amazing support. So a lot of our funding comes from different fundraisers or different independent sponsors. So right now we actually have a popcorn fundraiser that's starting. It's nationwide. So that link will be on our Facebook page. It's for the next week and goes until June 29th. So people can purchase popcorn from this company. It comes directly to their home. We get 50% back. And then we have a golf outing that's coming up the last Friday in August at Burr Oak golf course here in Parma. So it just depends. Every little bit helps. Sometimes we get donations, just a gas card here or a little check here, and we're both part of an amazing networking group, BNI Profits Arising. Definitely been a huge support from every one of those businesses as well.
On the topic of fundraising, because so the fundraiser that's starting is the Double Good virtual fundraiser.
Yes.
Right? Have you ever had the popcorn?
Yes.
Oh my.
So
gosh.
Good. The kettle, I think the kettle corn is amazing. The cheddar, there's nothing.
Yeah.
I'm a popcorn fanatic. So.
Well, I guess I could talk about this. So I go down to Florida every year for the World Cheerleading Championships.
Oh, nice.
And the Dance Worlds. And so their fundraiser is Double Good. They do
it's phenomenal.
Yeah. So all of the team that goes there, we're always so excited to go down to Florida so that we can get Double Good popcorn.
Yes.
Because it is genuinely
amazing.
It's addictive. It's really good.
It is.
So I will be spending all of my money
yes.
there.
Awesome.
So look forward to a nice donation.
Our clients appreciate you. We appreciate it.
But and then a golf outing, I know those are great.
Yes, we have a lot of fun.
Yeah. So we'll have to spread the word for sure about that. So when it comes to the care that you provide for people, because this is usually a time where people are probably terrified. It's not exactly a client of yours is probably not somebody that's excited to be a client of yours. No. So what does the process look like when you're helping somebody through one of the most devastating times in their
Oh,
life.
for sure. Yeah. Well, our founder, Rock Mangus, he actually was diagnosed with cancer, and he saw like the things that he had to face. And so his whole goal was to make things as simple as possible, because you're faced with a diagnosis that came out of nowhere. Like you had no clue. It just pops up and you're not sure what to do or where to go. And your medical doctors are trying to find the right treatment. And so you're just realizing like the bills and like the extra support that you're going to need. And so he wanted to make things as like cut the red tape directly to the client. So we have an online form. It's digital. If someone doesn't have access to the internet, we definitely do it for them. They just got to give us a call and we'll do it over the phone. They fill out the client assistance form, and then we follow up as soon as we can. It does kind of go in order. First, we put first come, kind of first serve, to go in order. And we follow up with a phone call, confirm that we have the right information, make sure we have the right address, right phone number. And it usually takes like just a few minute phone call to confirm that information. And then there's one form that needs to be signed by any of their physicians, who's ever most convenient, to confirm that they have an active cancer diagnosis.
Right.
And then from there, our per client disbursement goes up to $500. Due to funding and how many clients we have, it determines at what time we can release the amount, and based on the need and the request. So we try to make it as easy as possible to reduce the stress in our life. Our whole goal is just to provide support, not to be an additional like hardship for them.
Yeah. Yeah. So in that process, you were talking about kind of funding. Is funding one of the hardest things to get? And because I imagine most of what happens is you're trying to get funding, you're trying to find ways that you can help these people. So what are the challenges in your day-to-day?
So funding is difficult. There are just so many amazing needs out there. Like there's so many needs out there. And I mean, we're just faced in a world of the economy it's really expensive to live right now, and gas prices and all that. But there's a lot of needs, and we have generous companies and sponsors and donations. They have to kind of figure out their extra money where they can put it, and so they're probably deciding like where's the best place to help to reach the right need. And so sometimes especially corporations, they have criterias like what is it for and what it's going for. And so funding is definitely something that we're always working for, because the more funding we have, the more clients that we can have, we can help. And so that is it's constant hustle, like what we can do. And we don't want to exhaust people that we have already helped, so much. And so like our main funding source, they take a couple breaks throughout the year from selling cookbooks and candles, because they don't want to constantly like give me. And, and so we try different avenues and different fundraisers. Like we've done painting, like paint and goes before. We try it all, because every little bit does count, like a little bit here, a little bit there. And so the fundraisers that we do, it might be, a certain percentage back at a business. If you buy like a coffee and you get 10% back.
Yeah.
I mean, it may not bring millions of dollars in, but that could help one family, or that could help 3 families. And so we're just grateful for whatever we can do. But funding is definitely a constant work at that.
Yeah. And with that, do you find like with how many clients and people that need help, are you able to serve all of them, or do you have to turn people away?
We never have turned anybody away. I've been there for over 6 years now. The only way if we don't help someone is if they don't have an active cancer diagnosis, if they don't turn their paperwork in. We do our best to follow up with them, like, hey, do you want us to fax your doctor's office directly? Because we'll do that. We want to help. We don't want to, and it may not be a large amount of money that we help, but we do try to help every client that gets their paperwork turned in, that asks for assistance. And as long as we have funding and a little bit here, a little bit there, we'll do whatever we can to help out.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. It must be a great place to be in. And
Yeah.
I'm sure it can be difficult at times.
Yes.
So what do you think are the like hardest parts? Because I want to talk about the hard parts, and then I want to talk about like the joys. that
Yeah.
you bring people. So first, let's talk about
The
what are the
hardest.
hardest parts.
I would have to say, I mean, we talked about funding, like that is a constant work. Like you're constantly working at that. But the hardest part for me is that you do get to know these clients because they do, request time. I spend a lot of my days on the phone getting to know them and listening to their stories and listening to what they're in need of. And you can get attached to them because they, you talk to them a lot. And so for me, the hardest part is, unfortunately, cancer is just one of those diseases. It's in your body. You never know how it's going to respond. Is that attachment? And then if something could happen, and then I could talk to them one week, and then the next week they take a turn.
Yeah.
And so that is a hard part for me, especially we service all ages and at any forms of cancer. So cancer doesn't discriminate, and we don't either. So if we can help out all forms of cancer, and that's what sets us apart from other cancer nonprofits or agencies, is because we're not strictly just for one cancer. We try to help all of them. And so, it is a sensitive, when you think about children who are fighting that, and then you got your seniors, and grandparents, and so that's the hard part sometimes. So the good of that is to focus on what we're able to do. I love hearing the relief in their voice when I say, hey, I'm sending you a gas card. It's coming out this week. It's coming your way to help you get to 5 days a week radiation for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
This will get you through the first week. Then give me a call back when that one's empty. And as long as I got funding, I'm going to send you another one.
Yeah.
And so hearing the relief in their voice, like, are you serious? You're really going to send me, help? And I'm like, yeah. And I unfortunately hear like they say, well, you're the first one that's helped us because I didn't have this, or I didn't meet this criteria, or I didn't do this, and you're the first one. And I'm excited that we're the first one to help, because that's our whole point. Like if we don't have, be able to help you, and I don't have a job. So
Yeah.
my whole job is about helping people.
Yeah. So I mean that must be such a roller coaster, because on one hand you truly get to help people, but then on the other hand you get attached to people, and cancer is difficult. It's really hard.
It is.
So on those difficult times, what are the things that really pull you through, and what are the things that lift you back up? Because I'm sure it can go from like, oh my gosh, I get to help you, to like somebody took a turn. So what are the things that really push you through?
So I think for what pushes us through is, hearing the relief in their voice, for one, like, hey, we're sending help. And then hearing their gratitude. But then we helped, like when I first took over, we helped a child, and the parents weren't even knowing. It was a social work that had reached out and been like, hey, here's this young man that could use some help. And he was going through it, and then we got, the message that he had, was in remission, doing great. Well, a couple years later, the dad, who's actually a sergeant, contacted us and said, hey, we're doing this fundraiser now, and we want to give back to Mission of Hope because you impacted us so much and encouraged us. And that was like, you don't realize, it was a couple years later, you don't realize the impact of what you're doing. You think that, oh, we're just doing a little gift, like a gas card. And then hearing them years later, like, no, you don't understand. In that moment of difficulties, when we were like worried about our little boy, you were able to bring some relief. And so that plays in my mind anytime that I'm like, okay, I don't really know how well this is going to go, but it could flip, and down the road, I'll hear like the amazing, testimony of what, comes and why we do what we do.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. Like having the people, you help them in a time of need where everything's falling down. The sky is falling, the ceiling is caving in.
Yeah.
And so I imagine even being able to give back just a little bit, that little bit of help, a gas card or just like, whatever you're able to do, that must be so impactful for them. So
Yeah.
I hope that you get to see the results positively.
We do, and that's what carries us through. Is like the good that comes from that. Like we are hearing the relief in their voice, and then we get the phone calls like, "Hey, I'm in remission. Like I'm clear. I'm good. Thank you so much." And we're excited and we celebrate with them.
Yeah.
So that's good moments.
That brings me to a question with like what. So let's say tomorrow some donor gives like $100 million.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Like,
yes.
What are the things that additional funding would help with?
Well, like I said before, more funding helps more clients. And so we would be able to increase our client assistance support, because right now it's $500 per client.
Right.
At one time, we were at $750 per client. But due to the amount of clients that increased with new diagnosis, and then the lack of funding that had reduced, we had to fluctuate that a little bit.
Right.
And so if we had like that type of amazing donation come in, I mean, we could increase client assistance, because medical bills are expensive. I mean, just a copay, just to go. I mean, can you imagine a copay every time you have to go to radiation?
Right.
It adds up, especially if you're going for 5 days a week for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And so we do see some pretty high medical bills, and so we just try to do what we can help with.
So it's being able to get more funding means you get to help more people more.
Yes.
Right? Because I assume like $500 per person will help with a lot, but especially in the medical space.
Yeah. I mean,
that'd be gone.
It's gone. It's gone pretty quickly.
Like day 2 of radiation.
Well, I mean, like just a couple weeks. I mean, gas is now under $4.
Yeah.
But a couple weeks ago, it was almost $5, like $4.99, I think, at one point, or $4.89, I can't remember. But when you have people who traveling from like up north to U of M for a 3-day treatment, they have to go where their doctor refers them or for special treatment, and so that alone it just adds up in gas alone. So, that's where more funding definitely would help with, where we would be able to help with more.
Because I imagine as you grow, you want to continue that helping everybody that we can. Philosophy. So, like, can people donate directly to Mission of Hope?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like they can mail in checks. We have a PayPal link to our website. It's at the bottom of the website. PayPal link directly to our address here in Jackson.
Yeah.
And so, we have Venmo.
Also order from
the fundraising.
And then the cookbooks and candles, right?
Cookbooks and candles. Yep, that's in this. Everything, all our the links to order the cookbooks and candles, that's on Facebook. Like we have all of that on there, so they can directly contact. So the cookbooks and candles, you directly contact Ron Dottie and Associates, and then the popcorn link, that's through that company. So we try to get the information out there exactly, if you want to help with a fundraiser, with the upcoming golf outing. Burr Oak is handling all the registrations for us, which is amazing. So there's a link for that. So you just click the link and you can sponsor a team. You can, register yourself, and then eventually that's, we'll get our funding. So
yeah, that's amazing. So and we'll make sure to put a link in the description so that we can put all these out. But that's amazing. Like all the fundraisers that you're doing. Double Good again is amazing.
Yes.
And then the golf outing. So can people register just through a link?
Yes, through a link
to go. Okay. Perfect.
Yep. We have an event page on our Facebook page. So once you find that the event page, the link's right there, and you can register. It's really pretty simple.
Yeah.
We try to make everything as like cut the red tape, make it as simple as possible, because life in general is hectic.
Yeah.
Busy.
So is there anything else that you want to talk about with Mission of Hope, and kind of what you guys do and any special things coming up?
We kind of highlighted a couple of the fundraisers that are coming up. We're always looking to partner. Like we're always looking to partner with businesses or individuals who want to do any type of fundraising. And it not only is it bringing money in, but it's also letting people know that we're here.
Yeah.
And we're available. And if I don't have the resource, we'll do our best to help you find the right resource. And sometimes people just want to talk. and we're a listening ear, but we also have a resource if they need a counselor, and so we can refer them to someone because life throws you curveballs and we have to adjust to it. So, and sometimes it's hard to adjust.
Yeah.
And so that's, we're available. So not only just the fundraising part, but to bring, to let just people know that we're here. Yeah. And we're willing to provide support in whatever areas because it's a difficult time.
Yeah. Well, but I love Mission of Hope's philosophy of because I know there are some places that they don't take everybody or, for whatever reason they're very selective.
Right.
So Mission of Hope being if you're in need, we'll help.
Right.
Is other than just having active cancer diagnosis, do you have any stipulations or any filters, if you will?
Well, I mean, a lot of people have unemployment. There is a annual household income that if that you're in need of. Myself and our board of directors, because we are ran by a board of directors, we understand if you're reaching out, there's a reason why you're reaching out. You're feeling that you need some type of help in some area. So we just take a look at that. But the main things that we need is just an active cancer diagnosis and being a Michigan resident.
Oh, yeah.
And so those are, because we're only in Michigan.
Right.
And so those are the main two things.
Awesome. When it comes to the people that you help, because one thing that I do want to highlight is how much those little things help. And I know we talked a little bit about that, but I'd love to hear kind of from your perspective, when you are able to help people and the feeling that you get, but also what you're able to do for somebody. It must be an amazing feeling to be able to take that weight off of their shoulders. That's probably because I know there have been times in my life where it's I'm at the end of my rope. I don't know what to do. And so it's
right.
They reach out to you and you get to give them a hand. So what does that feel like?
Well, I've always been a people person, and I've definitely been through different things that happen in my own life. And I thought the name Mission of Hope, Cancer Fund, just Mission of Hope, expresses everything. Just to provide hope to somebody that feels hopeless it pumps me up. It gets me excited. You're not alone. We need one another, and you need that support. And that is what drives me. And so I believe there's hope for the hopeless. When you got to know that you're not alone in this world, and that you have somebody that's going to help be there for you. I mean, financially, we might be limited with all we could do, but an encouraging word, and we'll provide what we can. But for me, what drives me is I love people. I love to help people. I love providing that hope, and just I'm a walking I understand life happens and things happen to you that you don't expect, and our my faith kicks in, and I just want to help people, and so that's what drives me, and listening to their story and understanding hey, you're not alone. You can. Yeah. And it's definitely a mindset you're not alone. You can do this. You're going to have some bad days, but you can do it. And we're here to provide that hope. So I love the name. When I interviewed Mission of Hope, I was I can do that. Yeah. My mission is to help provide hope. It's perfect.
No, I mean, that's amazing. Because do you know how the name came up, or how everything started?
Well, it all came from Rock, our founder, and I am blanking out right now on how he started with the name. I just know that he was diagnosed with cancer himself and got through it. And he, unfortunately, he passed away just this past January, but he lived a long life. And Mission of Hope was Cancer Fund was his baby. It was his project. So I'm not sure how he came up with the name, but I know the mission behind it is when he was going through his cancer journey, he saw that there were some loopholes. And so there are agencies out there for research, which is amazing and great, but the people that needed the help financially was the client, was the patient.
Yeah.
And is the patient. And that's where we want to help in that area. And so research is great. We're all hopeful and praying that, a cure comes, and definitely made progress in all the years, but ours is just to focus on the client and do what we can.
Yeah. That brings me to kind of an interesting topic of a lot of times when we think of like cancer funds and fundraising and everything, a lot of times it is for research, like the research, the Walk for a Cure and all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So I do really appreciate that, because I know, research for a cure is again, wonderful. It's great.
It's important.
But then the people that are going through it now who really need the help and need the support,
right.
That must be, is that something that's kind of less, there's not as many organizations that help with that?
There's several, so it's hard because we only can do so much. So we're like, you can go and get help from any other agencies. Don't feel like just because we help you, you can't go get help anywhere else. It's expensive to go through a medical journey like this. So you can go get help, but there are agencies that they have certain criterias, like you have to either have children in the home, or, they only help with like rent and mortgage. So, and we don't help in that area. We just help strictly, with our programs. But I think a lot of people, when they think about the research, it is important. Like that is a really important thing to do. But what's going to help the client is kind of what had been our focus for the last, over 31 years.
Yeah.
So that to alleviate that stress there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, on that note, I definitely want to plug all of the things that you're doing. So you have Double Good fundraising,
Yes.
you have the cookbooks and candles, you have the golf outing.
Yeah.
Do you have any other fundraisers that are coming up?
Not yet. I hope to. So we're constantly booking and looking, and so we're hoping to partner with some of the local businesses here in Jackson. But we also can partner throughout Michigan, and we serve all counties, in Michigan. So we're looking to book with anybody, partnering and coming up. I mean, I think the fun part about fundraising is like sitting down with someone and be like, okay, this is your business. This is what we do. Like, how can we work together? And like come up with a fun fundraising idea where your consumers would want to jump aboard and like understand, like, have some fun. And so, I don't know. There might be like a karaoke event someday coming up. We might work with that. And
well, on that note, if anybody is looking to partner with a local nonprofit,
Yes.
That's amazing. I'll have to be in touch with you about that.
Yeah.
I'd love to get on board with that too.
Get your singing abilities, dancing skills.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
break dancing.
Yeah, I was. Totally.
I would donate money to watch you break dance.
I'll try. It would probably
for the client.
Yeah, it would probably go viral somewhere. So,
what is the kickback for social media percentages?
I'll have to look into that. I will let you know, and
we could go viral.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna break dance. I'll video you.
You know what? I'll put my pride on the line for helping people.
I feel like I would too. So I mean, maybe we'll collaborate. See, that's what it's about. Yes, it's about collaborating and working together.
So we talked about the funding. What about if somebody is in need and they want to reach out to you?
So first step is to go to our website, which is www.cancerfund.org. There is a tab that says Client Assistance Form. Fill out that form, and that comes directly. It actually comes directly to me. And from there, we will follow up as soon as possible and get them their physician form, confirm their information, and go from there.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being on today. It's been a pleasure meeting you and talking to you about, it was such a difficult topic, but something that we can also be positive about, something that we can really, it's a hard journey, but it's one that we can do together as a community, as people.
Yes.
Because we're all humans just trying to live a good life. So I really appreciate what you said about community, and there's always somebody that's going to look out for you. Because I know in that kind of thing, like there are people that look to kind of take advantage of people in that time. So to have people like you who truly care and really help, I appreciate it. I know other people do too. So
thank you.
thank you for all that you do for
Thank
people.
you.
And we'll make sure to go check out the fundraisers, partner with Mission of Hope, and let's just get things flowing and let you guys
Yes.
help even more people. So
Thank you.
So again, thank you so much for being on. And again, I'm Derek. This is the Small Business Spotlight powered by Northlight Film Co. Make sure to shop local and help out your local nonprofits. See you guys later.
That was awesome. High five.
Yes.
Good job.